going racing, it's going to be a tough one. It's a high-commitment racetrack, folks. They're going to work their way onto the front straightaway. Pace car is in. It is time to go racing. Keying in on the start-finish, and we're at it. Green, green, green. Final race of the day. Big move further back for one of the Gonzalez brothers. Going to go down the inside. You'll see them 2-3 wide coming into the corner. Give yourself lots of room coming through here, folks. Indeed, the drivers at the back in that big spray trying to give themselves room. Here they come through now. Turn number 2, 3, down to the bottom of the hill, back up through 4. All those right-handers through the Alabama roller coaster, the straight run down into the hard-braking turn number 5. Really the only hard-braking corner on the racetrack. Great shot there, 2 wide. You could run those 2 lines. Remember, the outside line more preferable in the wet. If you're new to the sport, the racing line obviously is where the rubber gets laid down. You're gonna get some oil down there as well, but the rubber gets laid down on the racing line, which is outside of in the entry and the exit and down to the apex in the middle of the corner. That rubber, as it gets laid down, provides grip in the dry. In the wet, as we know, water and oil, water and rubber do not mix. It gets super slippery on the inside. You don't want to get up on the curbing that's painted. And there's a driver off in turn number 5. We're going to have a full course yellow. A driver off over in turn 5, Charlotte's Web. You don't want to get up on the painted curbing because that's super slippery. So a lot of times you'll run the outside lines, not even the racing line, but it's the fastest line around. Full course yellow is out. Indeed, a driver is off. I want to say that might be Connor Aspley from pole position. That may be him. Aspley off over in turn number 5. Yeah, and from the angle here, I don't know if that's going to be contact. It looks like he might have potential right front damage, but he went straight off in turn 5. So it's not like he was even getting around the corner. You can see there as he's coming down in, you can see the track straight off the racetrack. Very likely either has damage to the car and wasn't able to turn, or locked it up and went straight off the racetrack. So Connor Aspley out of O'Fallon, Missouri, off in the opening circuit. And listen, you'll get that at this level of competition. We are going to have a replay of this and being told that he was essentially by himself on the racetrack, so very likely no contact, just a lockup coming down into the corner. Here's your replay. Have a look on the left side of the screen. Oh, you know what it is? He's up on that curbing potentially. Oh, this driver further back. That was... Oh, there's damage there as well. I think there's right front damage to potentially there. He goes straight off the track. Yeah, but look at the damage there. Okay, so we've had some contact. His right front suspension is broken. And I want to say Kaylee Countryman as well, potentially the other driver involved there. So indeed, another driver is off. That's actually the 92 of Brendan Cooley, not Countryman, sorry. The 2 different cars for Exclusive Autosport. They're going to pull the machine back here of Connor Aspley, but I think they're going to have to put that one on the hook. I feel like he's got right front damage. And definitely damage for Brendan Cooley as well. It's been a rough weekend for Brendan Cooley. But again, listen, you can't understate the limited level of visibility when you're behind these cars. And listen, this is going to translate to every session you're going to see for the remainder of the day here. If this rain continues throughout the day, that's the biggest thing about running in the rain, the visibility. You get that spray that comes from the undercarriage of the car, the floor pan, and it just circulates up, and you can see how tough it is to see when you have a full field coming down into turn 1. All of them coming down for the first time at speed into turn number 5. Very likely that Connor got into the back of somebody, Brendan got into the back of somebody as well, because you just simply can't see, and you're on the brakes, and you just overcook a corner, and you find yourself off. So Brendan Cooley was able to continue around the corner. I don't think he came to a stop, at least from what I can see here. He may have been able to get back to pit lane. Cooley is into pit lane, but I would assume with the damage I was able to see there, he's likely done. So circulating under the full course yellow here now. Leonardo Scorpioni with the lead. Fisher second, Weldon third, Autala in fourth, Loiacono in fifth. Rodrigo and Pato Gonzalez 6th and 7th now. João Vergara in 8th, Hudson Potter 9th, and Michael Succo 10th. Couple spots up for Karel Stout into 11th. Giot in 12th. Nordqvist in 13th. Achetov, Hoskins, Countryman, Scarborough, Day, Moss, and Colleran. 20 drivers remain on track. 20-lap race, 40-minute time window. Oh, there's more contact there. Oh, you're kidding me. Emma Scarborough just ran into the back of Kaylee Countryman as they were slowing, coming down in to turn number 5. As they came down into 5, Kaylee stabbed the gas for some reason, drove right into the back of Kaylee and spun her around as they entered the corner. AMR safety crew was down in turn number 5. There is no need to be on the throttle at that point. We're going to have a look at this here, folks. I don't know if Emma was just trying to stab the gas, but look to the far left side of the track here by that yellow flag as they're kind of rolling down into the area of the incident. Look further back, and all of a sudden, one driver gets into the back of the other, and around they go. So that's disappointing for both of those drivers. Countryman's around. I don't know if she's fully damaged or maybe just spun around. Hate to see stuff like that. You want these drivers to get the experience here. So circulating around under the yellow, this is going to take a little bit longer. We were almost done there and ready to get going. They've got the number 27 of Connor Aspley already up on the hook and gone. The 26 now of Emma Scarborough down on the inside of turn number 5. And not sure whether or not, I'm looking down here from what I can see from my vantage point here at start-finish in the commentary box. Yeah, Kaylee Countryman able to continue. So luckily for Kaylee, no damage to the car. Hard impact, though. You think about you're going super slow trying to come down into the area of the incident with all those AMR IndyCar safety team crew around, and all of a sudden getting hammered from behind. That's tough for Emma Scarborough as well. I think she was just kind of taking the time to stab a little bit until the tires were going around. It's just went straight up in to the back of Countryman. Here's one of the things a little to talk about here now that we're under the yellow. When you discuss the actual tire itself and the amount of grip that you have, it's the same in the dry, but very similar here in the wet as well. There's only 100% traction in a tire. So anytime you're doing anything to the tire, whether it's braking, steering, or throttle application, there's only 100% that you're able to leverage. So if you're coming down into a corner and you're starting to turn, you're asking the tire to change direction. If all of a sudden you use more, let's say it's 50% on the turn and you use more than 50% on the brake and you're trying to trail brake, the tire's going to start to slide. You'll get that if you're driving in the snow and all of a sudden you're hard on the brakes, you slam on the brakes in the snow and you try to turn at the same time. Your tires are 100% braking. They're locked up. They're not going to be able to turn the car. You have to release the brake to transfer more of that percentage of grip to the tire in the direction change. So you see a lot here. Connor Aspley, we know that he had an issue with the tire, but had he gone straight off, he might have just locked it up and went straight off the track. If you've locked up your tires, you're not changing direction. These drivers would have to then roll off the brake a bit to allow that tire to grip back up. We see a lot of that when drivers will lock up into a corner and go straight off. You have to release to get it to turn. Same goes with the side traction as well. There's only so much the tire can do. There's only 100% grip available, and obviously you swing it either way if you're on acceleration, if you're turning, if you're braking. So we're going to put another lap in the books coming around here, lap number 5. There is 15 laps still to go, 27 minutes remaining on the clock. The team doing a great job getting the car of Emma Scarborough up on the hook. Kaylee Countryman, I believe, coming into the pit lane. She's actually going to lose a lap, so there may be some damage. Tough weekend for Kaylee as well. All of these drivers, all they can do really is put this weekend behind them and look forward to the next one, which would be the event at Mid-Ohio. Events coming up for our drivers here. A doubleheader at Mid-Ohio, joining IMSA in the June 6th, 7th, and 8th weekend. After that, up to Road America on July 24th. It's back-to-back Mid-Ohio's because Juniors is with IMSA first in the first week of June, then the first week of July 3rd to 4th, over the July 4th weekend with the AMR crew there because we are with IndyCar. So we'll have the whole program with us. ATT IndyCar Series at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Then they go to Road America, July 24th, 25th, 26th for a triple header with Grid Life. And of course, all 3 of our series cap off the season at the Portland International Raceway, August 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, a 4-day weekend for us. And an earlier one, obviously, as we know, Portland used to be Labor Day weekend, got moved to the final weekend of August, now up even further to August 7th to the 10th, and we'll cap off our season there. All 3 series joining the NTT IndyCar Series at Portland. So a couple of Mid-Ohio's, a Road America, and a Portland still lined up. 2 races of the 6 race weekends will be done after this one. Leonardo Scorpioni, your point leader, 3 wins on the season so far, 1 at NOLA Motorsports Park. He swept the weekend thus far here. A 6-point lead over his teammate, Ty Fisher, your leading rookie in the series as well. 120 points for a Scorpioni, 114 for Ty Fisher. Pace car's off, folks. We're going to get ready to roll. Let's get back at it here with the drivers here. And indeed, the green flag out. Lap 6 goes in the books, and we're back at it once again. Thank you to the AMR IndyCar safety team for getting all of that damage cleaned up as soon as we possibly can. And here's that spray, that limited visibility that I detailed earlier. So tough to see. A couple drivers side by side, a little bit further back. Very likely Karel Stout and Diego Guyot. Guyot's going to get a better run from the outside. Tuck up under Michael Succo. A little too wide running down into turn 5 here. Drivers on the inside, outside, everybody looking for grip around the racetrack. Look at this. Tail of the top 10 going at it as well with Hudson Potter and Michael Succo. They were side by side coming through turn number 5. Haven't had a lot of time at speed coming down here into turn 7. Tough part of the racetrack, carrying a lot of speed and up and over. One driver into the grass there. That was one of the, I think that might have been Hudson Potter who missed the apex and went to the left side of the curbing there between 7 and 8. Oh man, look at this. And you think about these drivers still all up on the throttle, on the gearbox of the driver in front of them, so much limited visibility. It's that rain light that's always flashing in the back that so many of them have to key on a lot of the times. And that's oftentimes when you see one driver drive off track, one behind them follows them off the racetrack because they're really keying on that rain light. There's not much in terms of reference points. Let's see what we got in terms of movement when they come back around here. Scorpioni leads, Fisher second. Liam Loiacono now up into the 3rd spot. 4th is Weldon, 5th Autala, 6th and 7th the Gonzalez brothers, Rodrigo and Pato. Vergara 8th, Potter 9th. Guyot in 10th. Liam Loiacono for Jay Howard Driver Development. Fantastic job here, the Aussie Formula Ford veteran. Leveraging it. All that experience running P3. best battle on the track for 9th right now. Diego Guillat and the Zanello Racing Machine continues to fight it out here. You'll see them coming into the screen here momentarily. There it is right there. That's for, I believe, 10th and 11th. No, make it 9th and 10th. Guillat was right up on him. Gave himself a little bit of room coming through that 7-8 combination. Not a bad idea. Yeah, look at Guillat right here again. A car length back coming through 9 and 10. Seven laps in, 13 to go. Early running here now. Guillat to the inside and turn at number 13 and 14. I think he'll get the pass done. Diego Guillat now up into the 9th spot, getting by Hudson Potter. Right behind them. Karel Stout, Michael Suko there as well. Tough conditions here at Barber Motorsports Park to start the day. The opening couple laps, very messy. Had an incident with Connor Aspley going off in turn number 5. And then another incident during the yellow where Emma Scarborough got into the back of Kaylee Countryman, both those drivers out. Countryman has not returned to the racetrack. Matan Achatov of VRD Racing I'm seeing into pit lane as well. Yeah, Achatov coming in here in the number 77. I don't see damage to the car as of yet, from what I can see. But that'll be it for Matan. Ty Fisher not done with his teammate Leonardo Scorpioni. Because I got to think, you know, you're, as a rookie coming in like Ty Fisher, just 14 years of age, the mindset is, hey, listen, I'm just going to learn as much as I can throughout the year. But the mindset kind of shifts a little bit. It evolves once you start having some success. Ty was able to get a race win in the opening round at NOLA Motorsports Park. Quickly, you think, hey, I still need to get experience, but I may be able to come away with a championship here. I might be in championship contention. I've already got a race win. My teammate is strong. Our whole crew is good. And they're pulling away 1-2 right now. But he's not done. You can see how close he is. Loiacono running in 3rd. There's Weldon 4th. 5th now is the Finnish driver Autala. In fact, they run 5th, 6th, and 7th for D-Force Racing. Autala, then it's Rodrigo Gonzalez and Pato Gonzalez, 6th and 7th. And those two drivers have improved from last year. Really great examples of what you learn running a full season here in juniors to come back for the next season as a sophomore. Fisher continues to close. 2/10 quicker last time by. Fast lap belongs to Loiacono at a 37.402. Liam Loiacono, the fastest driver on the racetrack for Jay Howard Driver Development, back by just 1.5 from Ty Fisher. There's the D-Force cars coming through. They're getting chased, as I had said before, by João Vergara for VRD Racing. VRD has Weldon in 4th, Vergara in 8th, and as I had said before, the retirement for Achatov. He may have gone back out on track. I think he did, so maybe just a little look at the car for Achatov. He's back out on track. My vantage point, I think he's on track with Achatov. I don't see him over there. Scorpioni, Fisher, Loiacono, Weldon, and Autala, your top 5. Deeper in the field, Lincoln Day has made up a number of spots. He started in the 20th spot. He's +6 up to 14th with some of the attrition and some overtakes. Harry Moss started 21st. He's now up into the 15th spot, so +6 for him as well. Thomas Nordquist started in 17th. He just made a move, and he is now up into 11th. Hudson Potter and Michael Suko have fallen down to 13th and 14th. As you see the drivers all coming through turn 5 here. There's the D-Force drivers there. I'm gonna have a look back here to see what's going on with Potter and Suko. The drivers work their way towards turn 7. Yeah, both those drivers have fallen back significantly, well back of Nordqvist and Day. In fact, 8 seconds back. Suko currently running 13th, Potter in 14th. They were battling inside the top 10, so you have to figure a couple offs for both those Inter-MS drivers. So caution on the racetrack, seeing a yellow flag come out, unsure what it is at this point here, but we have a caution, full course yellow. Sounds like we have a driver potentially off in turn number 1. Yeah, the driver's gone well off in turn 1. Full course yellow again will slow us around. Looks like one of the Jay Howard cars potentially off in 1. As they come across the line, I'll try to pick up who's falling down the order. Hard for us to pick it up from here. It's not Karel Stout. It's not Liam Loiacono. It's going to either be Harry Moss or JT Hoskins. They're going to drag that car back out. Very likely able to get it refired and back on track. Being told car number 5, Harry Moss, who had worked his way up into 15th. Moss now following, he'll, I believe, drop to 17th. Again, difficult conditions, as I had said. Moss had worked his way up a couple of spots. Doesn't take much to make a mistake down into 1, and he just went straight off. So again, a couple more laps here under yellow. 11 in, still 15 minutes to go in the time window. And this one's going to quickly get back at it. It's not going to take long for them to get Moss refired and back rolling here. So we're going to have a shot. There is Harry Moss pulling away. So AMR IndyCar safety team doing a great job there. We have a replay to see whether or not he potentially spun the car or went straight off. Pretty easy to do either. Here's the Inter-MS drivers coming through. Just keep an eye on the right side of your screen. You're going to see the incident potentially happening here. Oh, yeah, got up on the painted line there and lost the rear of the car. So indeed, not straight off. Little pirouette coming down through. I had mentioned earlier some of the tough parts of this racetrack. The racing line, which you would normally take, isn't the optimal line. With all that rubber down, the grip level isn't there. Oil and water, you know, don't mix. So a lot of times the driver will run the outside line looking for grip. And that all those painted curbs, treacherous to say the least. Doesn't take much to get into a corner like that and lose it. We're going to get back at it. You can see Leonardo Scorpioni with the pace car off, got on the throttle a bit there and got a little bit loose coming out of the corner. Does Ty Fisher position himself to get by? This could be a really good opportunity for Liam Loiacono to get back at it. He was back by, what, 6-7 seconds. He is now closing right now. He's there. In fact, look at this. Fisher's going to try the outside of a Scorpioni. Outside line. A Scorpioni on the inside. Fisher on the outside. We got a battle for the race lead here for the two teammates from Zanella. And Fisher has the inside line. Loiacono going to come up to battle. Fisher to the inside. Book it. He'll finish the pass up at turn number 5. Great stuff there for Ty Fisher, but here comes Loiacono. Turn up the action here as they come down towards turn number 7. Scorpioni ducked to the inside to have a look. Back over top of the curb. Loiacono's going to try the outside. He makes it. Oh, but he's going to run off on the outside. Loiacono pushing hard, goes off through the grass. He'll lose 4 or 5, maybe 6 spots. He's trying to spool it back up again. He goes way back behind Guyot, who was running in 9th. So Loiacono tried the outside through there. So tough to make it stick on the outside. Couldn't get the front grip he wanted on the car. And the car just plowed off, understeered off into the grass. Loiacono was going for second. Scorpioni dodges the bullet, but that brings Oliver Weldon back into the fight here again. Great stuff here. Fisher on the attack, was able to go, I think, over under through turn number 1 and got a better run up the hill side by side. So great job for Ty Fisher. I think we're going to have another look at that incredible battle between Loiacono and Scorpioni. You'll see this as they come back down the hill. There's your leader almost off there. Look at that. Fisher almost gets off the track as well. And Loiacono trying to hold on, just lost it, couldn't get the grip back down, and he's going to roll back in here, coming across the line, I believe, behind Gwiat. Weldon running the outside line. Scorpioni defended to the inside. Again, look at these drivers searching for grip. Inside, outside, trying to get that power down. Loving what we're seeing here right now in this particular battle. Fisher, your leader. Scorpioni, Weldon, Attila in 4th. Gonzalez Brothers runs 5th and 6th. Vergara 7th. Gwiat in 8th spot. Carell Stout up to 9th. Loiacono fell back to 10th. Looks to me like an issue again for Scorpioni. Weldon up into 2nd, I believe. So a little issue for Scorpioni off the racetrack. He loses a spot. Pushing hard to try to get back up to his teammate for the lead. Ends up losing 2nd. Move Weldon up to P2. And they get back around. Still 6 laps to go. A long time here. There's your leaders coming through 13 and then 14. Drivers out of this one early. Connor Aspley out on road, lap number 1. Brendan Cooley with contact. Drivers checking up in front of him. Emma Scarborough getting into the back of Kaylee Countryman on the caution period. Both those drivers out as well. Matan Achatev in on lap number 8. I said he had gone back out. I think he actually may have gone back behind the wall instead. So Achatev out on lap 8. Moss spun but is a lap down. Maddie Collar is on the lead lap, so 16 drivers remain on the lead lap. Have a look here, further back, Joao Vergara trying the outside line now here to get around one of the Gonzalez brothers. I don't think he was quite able to make it stick, but he does an over-under coming back up the hill. Man, Loiacono fighting as well, aggressively here with Diego Gwiat. Again, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to see these young USF Juniors drivers in wet weather conditions. This is a skill that you have to have if you're going to continue to work your way up the ladder towards the NTT IndyCar Series. Wet weather skills and talent is one of the reasons why when you go to practice somewhere, you want to go to the race. Some drivers will actually chase the rain. Hey, I'd like to go practice somewhere. Hey, it's raining here, let's go. I want to get some wet weather time. Again, a lot of drivers will do that in karting for sure. Racing team up front once again with Ty Fisher looking to get his 2nd win of the year. Zanella Racing joined this USF Pro Championships Juniors program last year. Naka Zanella, who has been a fixture in American karting for many years, first as a driver and then as well as a noted engine builder in South Florida, moving his focus here into the USF Juniors program. And I would not be surprised to see them add a USF 2000 program in 2026 as well. Of course, one of the key components of that program, the Zanella Racing program, is the engineer that they have hired to work with them, a very well-known name here in open wheel racing, and that is Ernie Ganella. Ernie's got his own F4 team as well, but he's worked with some major teams over the years. Turn 3 Motorsports, of course, Juncos Racing as well. He's a fixture at Juncos during their time here in the USF Pro Championships, then known as, of course, the Road to Indy. Ernie is a very well-respected and very knowledgeable engineer and knows how to get these cars dialed in and has done that with his Zanella Racing team. Come back with a couple second-year drivers like Leonardo Scorpioni and Diego Gwiat. Then you've got really talented young karter Ty Fisher, just 14 years of age, looking to get his 2nd win here. And I talked about Ty and how he was one of the top karters in North America over the last couple of years. He is leveraging the rain racing that he's done, all that experience in wet weather competition. He is impressing me right now out front. 5 laps to go. Fisher leads, Weldon 2nd, Scorpioni 3rd, Altala 4th, Gonzalez 5th. They get 4 laps as Fisher across the line. Scorpioni in that 3rd spot. And I talked about coming into the the points here. It's only 6 points between first and second in the points. As they run on the racetrack, Fisher's going to gain a bunch back. He's got the fastest lap as well. Did not get obviously the pole. That was a Scorpione. He's a driver. You can see his run off coming through turn number 1 into that trap on the outside. Clean through the corner though. That was one of the D-Force drivers, either Thomas Nordqvist or Lincoln Day. Time winding down here. Not surprising, the drivers we're seeing up front with a lot of karting experience. Fisher, Weldon, Scorpione, Autola. If you're new to the sport, a number of our drivers here in USF Juniors caught the bug watching Drive to Survive, so like so many people have, becoming fans of motorsports and Formula One, and then of course coming over to the NTT IndyCar series as well. Those drivers don't have this depth of experience, this portfolio of racing. Oh man, look at that fight there. That is good stuff. That is Guillot, Loiacono, and Stout. Gonzalez there as well in that scrap. That is for 7th on back, tail end of the top 10. Great racing. Yeah, I think that might be Guillot getting into 7th. Gonzalez has gone back a spot. Oh, Loiacono with a big slide coming through the final corner. Whoa! It takes the experience of running a wingless Formula 4 to handle that kind of a slide. Again, this is that racing we're seeing. Joao Vergara now up into 5th. Rodrigo Gonzalez 6th. Diego Guillot 7th. Liam Loiacono, who was going for 3rd, has fallen now back into, actually he was going for 2nd. He's fallen now back into 10th, worked his way back up to 8th. Pato Gonzalez and Karel Stout rounding out the top 10. 3 laps to go for Ty Fisher. Great challenge for these young racers, and as I said, those that are new came through the Drive to Survive program, got themselves excited about racing, dove into the deep end. They just don't have this kind of experience that you get from running multiple years in kart racing, where you're getting a chance to drive in the wet on a regular basis. Yeah, it's a different race car. The vehicle dynamics so much different. Braking is so much different. But it's the same idea that all the inputs that you put in, whether it's on the throttle, the brake, or the steering wheel, have to be so relaxed. You have to have quiet hands. You really drive the car in the wet so much with the throttle. You have to roll on so softly. If you stamp on that throttle, you're going to spin the rear tires. You're going to go around. It's all about just feeling how much adhesion, how much grip you have. Oliver Weldon's up on the wheel. I'll tell you this: he cut 0.8 of a second out of the lead last time by. I think Fisher thinking a little bit about trying to come home for a race win. This last time by, both drivers going 137 flat. So indeed, Fisher dialing it back up a little bit. Fisher, Weldon, Scorpione, Autola, and Vergara, your top 5. 2 laps to go in USF Juniors. It was a very rough start, but we've got a solid run through the second half of this one so far, and we saw some great racing on the restart. Leonardo Scorpione immediately attacked by his teammate Ty Fisher. Fisher made a good run up the outside, coming through 1 and over-under. Beat Scorpione up the hill. They were side by side coming through 2 over to 3, and Fisher able to finish the pass down in turn number 5. You see the drivers, they come down into 5 there in that turn, and every once in a while they'll have to make a correction. The car will wash a little bit. They'll wait for it to grip. Waiting to get back on the throttle. You have to get, if you're on the throttle when the car is turning, you're going to not have that grip. I talked about the different dynamics, the 100% rule on a tire. You've only got so much to leverage. You can't ask for more than the tire can give. Oh, look at that again. Mid-corner oversteer. Big wide outside run for Scorpione. Much different racing lines you saw there coming through that corner. Very fast turn number 12. Fisher battling, and look at this. Weldon is close. Weldon has a moment over in turn number 15. He has an issue as well. White flag flying for Fisher. He's going to get a little bit of breathing room. Weldon had pushed hard. Yeah, Weldon went 0.3 of a second quicker on that last lap. Ty Fisher trying to bring it home. Final lap here in USF Juniors to cap off this triple header at Barber Motorsports Park. This is when the driver reaches back to all the experience from those karting days to get one lap to finish it off. Ty Fisher looking potentially to take the point lead. Big outside run looking for grip. Look at Weldon. He's within 3 car lengths coming down into turn number 7. Fisher still leads. Weldon hounding now. Oh, Fisher almost throws it off. Keep it on the racetrack. Oh, that was almost it for Fisher. Tough coming through 7 and 8. Weldon's close. You're going to get a bit of aero wash. You're going to lose a little bit of visibility. It really, I don't think, is raining on track now, so I would expect that the grip level's coming up a little bit, although it's still very damp, as you see. Weldon trying a different line. Scorpione's falling back quite a bit. Final lap. Ty Fisher trying to bring it home. British Columbia, Canada, you got yourself potentially another winner. Can he get through the final corner? He's got 1 win on the season. Can he get a win here at Barber Motorsports Park as well? He does. Across the line, the winner of race number 3 in tough conditions, Ty Fisher. The Canadian winning for Zanella Racing. 0.6 of a second in the margin back to Oliver Weldon. A strong run to second. Great consistency on the season here for Weldon. He'll go to second. Does not have that first race win, but second, big for the points. Leonardo Scorpione in the 3rd spot. So no 3 straight wins for Scorpione. He finishes P3. It's going to tighten that championship. Vilo Atala finishing in 4th. João Vergara in 5th. Rodrigo Gonzalez 6th. Diego Guiot in 7th. Liam Loyacono back into 8th. Patricio Gonzalez in 9th. Karel Stout rounds out the top 10. Michael Succo fights his way back up to 11th. Thomas Nordquist into 12th. Good start for Nordquist. Remember, he launched from back in 17th plus 5 for Nordquist up into 12th position. Hudson Potter 13th. There's your top 10 there, official results. Fisher, Weldon, Scorpione, Autola, and Vergara, top 5. All 5 of those drivers really making a statement for potential championship this year. Gonzalez 6th, Guiot 7th, Loyacono in 8th, Gonzalez and Stout 9th and 10th. 11th, Michael Succo. Nordquist, as I said, 12th, up 5. Hudson Potter 13th, Lincoln Day 14th. JT Hoskins ends up at the 15th spot. Matty Colleran 16th. Believe that's the last driver on the lead lap was Colleran. 1 lap down for Harry Moss. Matan Achativ, Kaylee Countryman, Emma Scarborough among the 5 drivers who did not make it to the end. Brendan Cooley and Connor Aspley as well, done on the opening circuit. Fast lap of the race goes to Ty Fisher. I think that Scorpione getting the most laps led as well, so he'll get that bonus point. It's going to be super tight on top of the points for sure, but Ty Fisher, the young Canadian for Zanella Racing, coming away again with his 2nd victory of the season. And here comes Ty rolling down pit lane. Big one for him. This is always great to get back onto the podium. You got that first win. That gives you the confidence. When you can get another one and start lining them up, man, that's big. Weldon 2nd, Scorpione 3rd. And here comes Fisher. And listen, the great thing for this for Ty, for a young driver here, just 14 years of age, the confidence, number 1, having won first and foremost in the dry, and now having won in the wet as well. I think that's big. The confidence of knowing that, hey, anytime, I don't care the conditions, I can be there. If it's wet, I can win. If it's dry, I can win. That's something big for a young driver who has confidence and momentum moving forward. Again, the next race for the drivers here in USF Juniors is a couple of months from now, actually. They do have a test coming up, a series test at Mid-Ohio midway through the month of May, so just a couple of weeks from now. Man, it's crazy to think we're already into May, is it not? I feel like the season just started, and indeed, we're the first week of May. So another month from now, not a couple months, a month from now, June 6th, 7th, and 8th. Look at Ty's smile there. 6th, 7th, and 8th June, these drivers will join the IMSA Series at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, a test in just over a week's time. Ty Fisher, folks, 2-time winner now in USF Juniors, and very likely, unofficially, the point leader in the program, with, I believe, 31 points on that race, having, of course, the 30 points for the race win, and I believe the fast lap of the race as well at a 136.904. And, in fact, scrolling down, I think the only driver to get into the 136s. So his dad, Willie, coming in. There's the team rolling in here. Victor Franzoni, Nacazanella. There's Ernie Ganello, who I mentioned before. Francesco Pizzi, one of the team coaches. Very happy days here for Ty Fisher with the win. Oliver Weldon coming home in second. Leonardo Scorpioni finishing in the third spot. Time to head down to victory lane. We'll talk to our winner. We'll get all three drivers up on the podium. For now, I'll hand it over to Steve. Steve, thank you so much indeed. Down in victory lane to cap off our triple header for USF Juniors here at Barber Motorsports Park. It's been great to be here. Tough conditions for the drivers today, but awesome learning experience for sure. Let's get these three drivers coming up here right now who've put on a show for you in, like I said, very tough conditions here in the wet to start off the day. Finishing in third spot today for Zanella Racing, Leonardo Scorpioni. 3 podiums on the weekend, 2 wins and a third for Scorpioni. The championship chase getting very tight on top of the standings. Finishing in second, great start to the season so far for VRD, Oliver Weldon, P2. In the rain today, put the challenge on at the end. Almost had enough to go after the leader, but came up just short. But another podium here for Oliver today. 2 wins on the season now for this young driver out of Canada, just 14 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner today, Ty Fisher. Ty, congratulations. You were still in the car when I said it. It's always good. You know you can win in the dry. You've already done that. But you can win in the wet as well. That gives you lots of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, it feels really good. The team put the car together very well with the wet setup. The car was just flying. I barely had to drove it, honestly. It was going wherever it wanted to.
Let's talk about that overtake on the restart, though. Leo was on the inside. You went to the outside at turn number 2. Did you know you were going to have enough grip out there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I knew I was going to have a lot of grip. I saw he made a bit of a mistake in turn 1, went a bit wide, so I was like, maybe I could try to get the over-under out of 2 or go around the outside. And then once I realized how there was, like, no grip on the inside and I saw him sliding, I knew that I could pull around the outside.
How about the treacherous corner, turn 7 and 8? You almost went off in turn 7 and 8 at one point. Liam Loiacono did. How tough was it coming through 7 and 8?
It's really tough. Going through the curbs, it's the car's in the air half the time, and you're just praying you don't go off.
Who do you want to thank today?
The whole Zanella team, Naka, Ernie, my mom, my dad, Victor, all the coaches, everyone that's helped me. Yeah.
Congratulations. Well done. Grab that P1 trophy. He's a 2-time winner in USF Juniors now, folks. Ty Fisher, the young Canadian for Zanella Racing, coming away with a race win. And I believe this is going to give him the point lead as well, heading to Mid-Ohio in just a month's time. Joining IMSA there on the June 6th to 8th weekend. These drivers have a test there as well, a 2-day test. In about a week and a half's time, they'll be on track at Mid-Ohio. And again, we have ourselves a championship battle here. That scholarship is going to send one of these drivers to USF 2000 in 2026. But another huge weekend for Zanella Racing as they have been on the podium quite a bit here this weekend, scoring all 3 victories, 2 for Leonardo Scorpioni, 1 for Ty Fisher. And of course, VRD with Oliver Weldon right in the middle of the fight there as well. Joao Vergara's had a good run. Vito Autola with a great weekend too. Very tight in the championship fight on top. Well, folks, this is going to cap things off for the action here. Of course, lots of racing still to come throughout the day here at Barber Motorsports Park. Guys, grab that champagne, grip it and rip it. Let's have some fun here with the drivers here in the USF Juniors category. Yeah, they always wait to the final race to get at it. And I think they're going to try to go after the team here. Yeah, Ernie Ganello's going to get a little bit going after the team with Scorpioni and Fisher. But again, folks, what a great way to start the day in terms of talent for these young drivers. Again, we're going to see Indy next. We're going to see IndyCar here today. That's where all of these drivers want to get to. They want to be part of the NTT IndyCar Series, and great to see them show the talent they have in very tough conditions. Racing in the rain, we call it the great equalizer. It's more about talent than it is about equipment, and you have to get the job done. So a fantastic drive again for Ty Fisher coming away with the win. Oliver Weldon in second, Leonardo Scorpioni in third. That wraps things up for Barber Motorsports Park, folks. We're going to be back here at the USF Pro Championship YouTube channel not very long, just a few days away. We'll be at the World's greatest race course, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy GP weekend, USF 2000 and USF Pro 2000 on the dance card for that weekend. Hope you tune in once again and join us as we continue to develop the stars for the NTT IndyCar Series. On behalf of Anderson Promotions and Continental Tire, thanks for tuning in, folks. My name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.